Welcome to Ben Talks Money. Here we discuss stocks, investments, ETFs, and personal finance.
Hello and welcome back to Ben Talks Money. My name is Ben. I have an MBA in Finance and Management. I've been trading for 8 years. I'm a full-time options trader. So in today's video, we'll take a look at stocks that will be trading this week. We will start from penny stocks, and then we move to small cap stocks, and then we move to mega cap stocks, because I know that some of you like to trade stocks around $1. Others like stock around $5, whilst others want $10, $20 in mega cap stock. So if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, and humbly please help me grow the channel. I'm very close to hitting 4,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. And before we jump into the watch list, you have to be mindful that on Wednesday we have the Fed FOMC meeting. You know, there's a lot about interest rate cut expected to happen on Wednesday, so get your eyes peeled. It will mean that on Wednesday afternoon the stock market is going to be a little bit more volatile. So when you are trading around that period, just be mindful. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump in. The first stock that we'll take a look at is ASST. This is an asset management company. This stock is trading around $1, so it's good for people who wants to trade those kind of stocks. And the reason why we are looking at it is that if you look at the daily chart, you can see that the volume on Friday was incredibly high. It has the highest volume on Friday for the past 3 months, more than 3 months. If we go back down here, we can see that this is the highest volume since May. So it tells me that something is going on with the stock and we have to pay attention to it. And also it was up about 12% after hours on Friday. So it tells me there's something going on. I couldn't find any news around it. It might just be a breakout that is about to happen. You know, these stocks usually don't need any catalyst to break. They can just start going, especially stocks around this dollar, this kind of penny stocks. But with that being said, you have to be mindful of any potential pump and dump. Don't be a victim to it. All right. So the next one that we'll take a look at is TGL. This is also a penny stock for people who wants to trade penny stocks. The reason why we are looking at this stock is because after hours, this stock went up more than 30% after hours on Friday. So we definitely have to keep an eye on it. If you are somebody who likes to trade this kind of stocks, this is for you. Keep an eye on it. Hopefully by Monday, when the stock market open, we'll still be going up. We'll still be gapping up on this small cap penny stock. All right. So the next one that we take a look at is LAZR. LAZR. This is a tech company that produces technology for self-driving cars. And the reason why, again, we are looking at this stock is because of two things. First of all, the volume. Look at the volume profile on Friday. This is the highest volume profile I had on Friday for the past almost 5 months. Okay, so when things like this happens, when the volume increases like this on a Friday, it tells me that on the following Monday, we have to pay attention to it. Even if we are not trading it, it's something to pay attention to. And this stock right now is trading around $2.20, and it's also up nicely in after hours. So that is why we are watching this stock to see if it's going to be one of the penny stocks to move this week. Bitfarm is the next one that we take a look at. This is a pure Bitcoin play. This is a Bitcoin mining company. After the deep drop on the crypto, it started pushing up again, and BITF seems to be gaining momentum. We are watching to see if this stock will hold around $4.80. Ideally, we would like to see the stock open around close to $5, so that the break of $5 will be a nice entry point, and then we can use that also as our exit if it fails the breakout on the $5. So the play is to wait to see if BITF will break above $5. If it doesn't break above $5, if the breaks fail, we are out. Okay, so that is BITF. The next one that we take a look at is TMQ. TMQ is a rare earth metal play. We see how those stocks are doing right now. There's a lot of momentum around this sector, and if you're looking for low value stock to play with it, I think TMQ is the way to go. It's right now around $6. If you look at it here on the daily chart, you can see that the $6 zone seems to be a support area on the chart. If you can look at it right here on the chart, it seems like a support zone. So if this open on Monday and it holds above $6 with volume, we have to see volume that is higher than the average volume, right? The average daily volume. If the volume comes in, we will pay attention to it. This is a huge momentum play. This stock can go, as you can see on the daily chart here, a couple of weeks ago, it went all the way to almost $12 and it pulled back just like the rest of the sector did. We are watching this to hold $6. If you can hold above $6 and with the volume, again, if you are trading, if you are day trading, you have to make sure that the volume, no matter the stock that you are trading, make sure that the volume is higher than the average volume. It tells you that you are not the only one trading the stock that day. It tells you that there's a little bit more attention on the stock, which usually helps you with your entry and your exit. The next one that we'll take a look at is RR. RR is a robotic company. The reason why we are looking at this is the setup looks really good, right? If you look at the daily chart, the setup looks really good. If this one is able to hold above $6, we can push through to $7 and $7.50. This is something that you might also want to take a look at in the long term. The robotics, they are starting to gain a lot of momentum. There are a lot of big players entering into this robotics. We have Tesla, we have Alibaba, we have a lot of the big tech companies turning their attention on robots. The next one that we will take a look at is CLIK. CLIK. The reason why, again, we are taking a look at this is because look at the daily chart, right? The volume on Friday was incredible. What we are going to do in this case is to see where this thing is going to open. It's not necessarily that we are going to trade it this week, but it's something to pay attention to because of the volume profile. This thing is up 76% after hours. I don't know what the news is. I couldn't find the news, but it's up 76% after hours. So it tells me that this week, people are going to pay attention to this. It is going to be hitting every single scanner. That's why I have these kind of stocks on the watch list, because I will not be the only person watching this stock. If a stock makes 76% gains in after hours, it's going to hit every trader's scanner. So it's something that you have to also pay attention to. So let's move to the large and the mega companies. The first one that we take a look at from there is Ford. The reason why we like Ford is because they just had their earnings. The earnings came out really, really good for Ford. And this stock has been struggling. It looks like a breakout coming up here. It broke through the 1270 support area on Friday. It gapped up. What we have to watch for Ford is that if this stock can hold above $14, we need Ford to hold above $14. If it can hold above $14, then it gives us the entry point to get in. And one thing about Ford is that the way it trades, if you miss a breakout, don't chase it. I always say when you are trading, try and know the characteristics of the stock. Every stock has their own characteristics. If Ford breaks out and you miss the breakout, don't chase it because it usually pulls back. It usually gives you an entry point. So in case the market opens on Monday, Ford breaks above $14, don't chase it. Wait for an entry point. You can use the 1 minute chart. You can use the 5 minutes chart. If it's later in the day, you can use the 10 or 15 minutes chart to get a nice entry point. Okay, so that's it for Ford. The next one that we'll be taking a look at is the quantum space. We take a look at QBTS. I made a video about QBTS and the other quantum space last week, and the goal was to see them hold this level. One thing that I don't like about QBTS is the candle on Friday. Friday's candle is not something that I really like because it's an inverted hammer. An inverted hammer candle is a bearish candle, right? This stock opened higher. It opened around $35. The sellers push it all the way back and it formed this inverted hammer. So it closed red, and this is a signal of a bearish trend because if you look at it, this stock has been down, going down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days, and then it made a push up on the news of government getting involved in the space. And then on Friday, it couldn't, the continuation couldn't hold. I like the space, I just don't like the candle that it closed. So we have to just be careful. This stocks, if it's going against you, it can really go against you. If it's going in your direction, it can be good for you. So just be mindful of it. Ideally, what we would like to see, if you can look at it here, this is a support zone. So you can hold above $33 and you see the volume coming in. Just wait for validation for whatever level that you are looking for. Because again, these stocks, when they decide to go against you, it could be bad. Okay, so that's the play for QBTS. The next one will be IONQ, which is also in the same space, quantum space. When I made a video, I said IONQ was getting closer to the 50-day SMA. That's the red line over here. And it came into it, it broke below. The news came in, it pushed up above it. On Thursday, it tried to break below it. It came straightly into it. You can see that it held to the T, right? It held the 50-day SMA nicely, and then it pushed back up. But just like QBTS, you can see the candle on Friday. It's a little bit of an inverted hammer. We have to be mindful of this space. These stocks, they've gone up so much this year already, so we have to be mindful of it. QBTS, IONQ, Rigetti, all this space. They still have a lot of potential, but if you are day trading, it's a whole different story. Okay, if you're day trading, you have to be mindful. If you are investing for the long term, it's a different story. I'll do a video on that somewhere this week. So the next one that we take a look at is IREN. This is also a parabolic play. This stock can go, right? This stock can really, really, really go. What I like about this is that the fundamentals are incredible. I already have call options in this stock that expires, I think, somewhere next year. Because if the CEO comes to CNBC and say they can keep up on demand, I'm buying the stock, no doubt. The first time I saw this stock was somewhere last year. It was $1. I'm not kidding. At that time, it used to be a Bitcoin mining company before they switched to building data centers. It was a Bitcoin mining company, and it used to call IREN Energy, and they changed the name to IREN Limited. I like this stock because the fundamentals were good. So I told a few friends to put some money in it at the dollar. It went all the way to $80. And their fundamentals are incredible. They raised money in last or a couple of weeks ago because they need money to meet the demand. So I like this. It came here into the support, the $48 support. It held it nicely. You can see from here, it held it nicely. It pushed back. And on Thursday and Friday, it made a solid move on those 2 days. So now it's also at a resistance level here. You can see here the $65 zone is some form of a resistance area. If it's able to hold above 65, this stock is going back to all-time high, which is around $80. I like the name. I like it for the long term. I like it for day trade. Okay, so that is it for IREN. The next one that we take a look at is our darling SOFI. And also, I'm going to make a video this week about SOFI because they have earnings coming up, and it's very, very pivotal for this stock. So SOFI, we've played SOFI so many times this year. I still have a lot of call options expiring this year in this name. We picked SOFI up around $14. We took it all the way to $30. We sold most of our calls on SOFI. When it came into the 50-day SMA, we bought the contracts back. We pushed it back to around 30. When it couldn't break the 30, we sold some. When it came here into the 50-day again, we bought them back again. And now we are pushing back to 30. SOFI has their earnings this week, and it's going to be huge for this stock. Right? It's going to be really huge. If they beat the earnings, this stock is heading to $50, no doubt. If the earnings comes out bad, this stock is going back to $20, $15. There's no doubt about it. Because one thing that you have to realize about the stock market is that when it's hot like this and people start to question the market cap, if the company market cap is actually worth it, and you miss earnings, it's going to be brutal. If you beat earnings, it silences the bears, and the stock will keep going. That is the thing for SOFI. So what we are holding in for is if SOFI opens on Monday above $29, this stock will break the all-time high before the earnings. I don't have any doubt about it. This stock will break the all-time high before the earnings, and the earnings will move in one direction or the other. It's the same thing with PLTR. PLTR earning, this quarter's earning is also very critical because the valuation has come into so much scrutiny. It's just like SOFI and Robinhood. These stocks, they need to deliver their earnings. The next one that we take a look at is Hood. Usually on a bull market like this, if a stock goes up drastically, it pulls back and it holds the 50-day, you have to go back in. That is your entry point. Robinhood came into the 50-day SMA, it held it, and it moved back up. But right now, it's holding this level here, this resistance level here. I'm not sure when their earnings is, probably next week, but it's very critical. Robinhood need to perform, just like SOFI. So if Robinhood holds above 140, we are going in, and it would definitely, all things being equal, depend on how first FOMC meeting goes. Robinhood is looking to break the all-time highs of around 155 before their earnings. That's the play for Hood. The next one that we look at is MP. MP, this stock is doing incredibly well, but right now the chart is looking a little bit bearish because after going all the way up to almost $100, it pulled back. It's been pulling back, and it pulled all the way down here. It broke below the 50-day. That's what I don't like about the stock right now. It broke below the 50-day, and if you look at it on Friday, right, it tried to go above it. It couldn't. The bears pushed it back. They pushed it back below the 50-day. And if you look at the candle on Friday, it's an inverted hammer candle, signaling a bearish trend continuing. But the thing is that this stock doesn't usually respect the chart. As you can see here, it's all over the place. It doesn't usually respect the chart because it's moved by news. The rare earth metals, they are moved by news. And when the news comes in and it favors them, these things can go. So we'll be monitoring the stock. We are not looking at the level, but ideally we would like to see it above the 50-day SMA. If it moves above the 50-day SMA, which is around $72, if it's able to hold above $72 and we see volume coming in, we'll monitor the news, we'll go back in again because this thing can move. It can really move. MP, IRNE, these stocks can really, really, really move. So the next one that we take a look at is PLTR, PLTR. So PLTR has been consolidating for over a month now. If you look at the chart here, the daily chart, it's been consolidating for a long time. It's been trading around $170 to $185. The 85 has become a strong resistance area for this stock. It tried several times in the past couple of weeks. It couldn't break it. Friday, it tried. It couldn't break it. So we need PLTR to break above 185. The valuation on PLTR is being questioned. And the only way to validate another bull run is for them to beat the earnings. PLTR needs to beat their upcoming earnings for this stock to make an all-time high. All right. If they beat the earnings, this stock is going to 200, 250 by Christmas. But on the other hand, if the earnings comes in short, this stock, it can draw back all the way to 150, 120. So it's very, very critical for this kind of stocks. These stocks that are going parabolic and there's no justification for the valuation, they need to deliver on this upcoming earnings. Palantir, Robinhood, SOFI, they need to deliver. Okay, so the next one that we take a look at is Alibaba. The stock is doing well. I have a lot of call options on it. I've been going in and out of this stock. It's a huge momentum play. The company, they've done a huge turnaround, and the chart says it's all. You can look at the chart. Look at that, right? Straight up here from $118. You see the consolidation here. This is the thing that you always want to see. Look at this consolidation around here. It consolidated for a couple of weeks, probably like 3 weeks or so, and then it came in here, and then boom, here we go, all the way up to 190. It came in into 190, it tried, and then it pulled back because there's always profit taking. You know, people will take profit, and you should take profit. If you are in a stock that has appreciated enough, take some profit. When you pull back, you can always buy back. So what it did was that it pulled back in this area. It pulled back, it held 160, and now we are trying to go again. So if this stock holds above 175, the next level would be here, which is around 182, and then 190, and then 200. This stock still has a lot of room to go. I wouldn't be surprised if next year by this time, this stock has doubled. I believe in this stock like that, yes. I wouldn't be surprised because the fundamentals are good. The competition that they are providing for companies like OpenAI, their ChatGPT, the robotics that this company is showing, now they are going into making AI chips. This company has a strong potential. And especially if the US is able to make a deal with China, this stock will definitely double next year by this time. That's all for the stocks that we are watching today. We covered a whole range of stocks, from stocks below $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, all the way to your large cap stocks. So if you have any question, please leave in the comment section below. And if this technical analysis was helpful to you, please give me a subscription. Help me get to 4,000 subscribers. And like the video, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, let's keep talking money.